AI Horde is a crowdsourced distributed cluster that allows people without a powerful GPU to use stable diffusion models. But for it to work, it requires people with a mid to high-end GPU to share the compute in exchange for Kudos, a virtual currency of sort that allows you to generate images across the distributed cluster at a higher rate of speed. In this video, I'll be going over the basics of setting up AI Horde on a Windows machine. I'll also briefly touch on generating images with your stored Kudos. Let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so to go ahead and get started, I'm going to jump over to the Mac here where I have some of my notes saved, and you can follow along with me. So we're going to head over to the stablehorde.net website, and that kind of has all the information that you need to learn more about the whole distributed cluster and kind of how everything works, as well as a link to their Discord channel. But they have this helpful FAQ, and then you can also see some of the stats whenever it comes to both image and text generation and so on. But the most important thing that I wanted to go to here was the register an account. So here you're going to go ahead and create an API key so you can join the Horde or the distributed cluster, and then also as you offer up your GPU, you will go ahead and rack up those Kudos. So this is how it will all be tied to your account. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put in my sample display name here and then click submit and then get the API key. So I'm just going to write that in the notes here. There's my API key, and I'll go ahead and just copy my sample display name here. All right, perfect. So we'll use that on in just a minute here. Now the repository to join the Horde here is the brand new Horde worker regen. So I made a mistake and actually set up on a old worker repository. So this is the latest one, and I confirmed that with the dev team there because I had to open up a ticket about something else that was quite embarrassing. But anyhow, so to go ahead and set it up on a Windows machine, it's simple. You can actually just go ahead and copy the Git URL here, and I'm gonna go ahead and hop over to the remote desktop session that I have set up, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just go to the documents folder on my machine, and then I'm gonna just put git clone and then paste it in the repository, and that will take just like a minute or two, or second or two rather, and it will go ahead and set up the repository into your machine here. So here we can see it, and then what you're going to want to do is to update the runtime. So this will go ahead and start downloading all the necessary packages in order to get the whole Horde set up onto your computer. So we'll let that go ahead and go in the background here. But I also want to show that you'll have this BridgeData underscore template file, and we're just going to want to make a copy of that. Paste it right into the file here. And then here is where you actually kind of control how you want AI Horde to interact with your machine. So if we open that up in Visual Studio Code, you're going to want to go ahead and put your API key right in this field. So let me go ahead and get the sample one that I created. And then we'll go ahead and click save. And then you also want to make sure that you have a unique Dreamer name, or like the worker name, because if you go ahead and try to start up the Horde bridge, which we'll do after everything's downloaded, it'll have some sort of API error because it's not a unique name. So you can name this whatever you want. You could just name it, my favorite stable diffusion rig. I don't know. It's the first thing that came to mind. Then you can also kind of control what kind of images are generated on your machine. So you can just allow 512 by 512 images all the way up to several factorials here larger. So we'll just keep it at 8. If you want words not to be ever rendered on your GPU, you can add that into the blacklist here. If you want to have not safe for work images allowed or not, and then the censoring of those, and then so on and so forth. Now, as far as what I've realized whenever letting this run over, last night and then throughout today, I was kind of playing around with it, is that if you want to rack up more Kudos, you will want to enable say allowing Auroras, for example, onto your machine, and you can have it at a cache size of 10 gigabytes. But basically, you can kind of change these however you're comfortable or see fit with, in order to allow others to use the GPU on your machine. Now you can also see here too the models to load. You have you can pick individual models that you want, or you can allow the top 3, top 5, or all models. It really depends on the disk space that you have available on your machine. Then you can also actually skip models, specific ones as well too, if you'd prefer. So that's kind of the basic setup that you'll want to do for this BridgeData.yaml file, and make sure that you rename it from that template to just the BridgeData.yaml. And then, as you can see here, there's still things going on in the background here that we'll be downloading. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of skip the video here until all this is done, so you can kind of see what will happen next. So let's go ahead and jump ahead here. Okay, so the update runtime command file there just finished. So now I'm going to go ahead and click on this Horde bridge command file. And so then it will go ahead and go through its process. And actually, I believe this is the step where it's going to download all the models. So the previous update would have just been to download all the packages required to run AI Horde. But now we'll go ahead and go through the models in order to allow the generation of art. So we'll go ahead and just kind of let this do its process, and then we'll go ahead and jump back into the video after it's all done and downloaded and connected to the Horde. Okay, so now I have all the files moved over or set up within the models directory, and it's going to go ahead and go through and load everything here within AI Horde. And so we'll give it just a second here to kind of boot everything up, and then we should start to see us start to take on some of the processes. So while this is going, I'm going to go ahead and open up Task Manager to kind of give you an idea of what's going on the performance of the machine. And then I actually have a little bit smaller of a PC case, so it does get a little toasty. But we'll go ahead and see. You can see here, since I'm using a fresh API key, I have 0 Kudos accumulated on this particular API key. But it should start to pick up some jobs here. Oh, and actually probably why it's not picking up too much right now is because I don't have the LoRa's and such set up for this one compared to the account that I was testing this on. We can see that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to update right live here. It looks like it's taking on some jobs here now. I was going to say is that I could go ahead and update my bridge template file while it's running and say, let's go ahead and do allow LoRa to true, and then change this to top 5, and then we should be able to see that it gets reloaded. Let's take a look here. Oh, and also the dimensions too. Where was that? That was further up here. So we can do 18. Okay, we can see that the bridge data was now reloaded. And so now we start to see a lot more jobs are these green rows here. We can start to see everything starting to pick up a lot more. And then let's take a look at the task manager here. We can see the CPUs starting to take on, and the GPU starting to have some memory dedicated to there. with this processing, and we can see also the GPU starting to take off and start to get a little hotter, because like I said, I was testing this earlier, and we're really starting to cook here with it in order to start to generate images. So great. So we can see here, I believe we can see how much Kudos was generated. Yeah, so we've generated now 106 Kudos with this session, which roughly equates to about 2,000 per hour. So really cool. And I believe you can see it on a per image, maybe not. I thought I saw that before rather. But yeah, so there we go. So that is, oh yes, we can see it's all the way over on the left here of how much Kudos we had just earned, if you will, for each image we allowed to be generated onto the GPU here. And then, yeah, we'll start to see a lot of the spikes within the task manager here. So very, very cool whenever it comes to using AI Horde. So we're kind of helping out others who might not have a GPU, or are kind of allowing it, if we want to take advantage of using this distributed cluster, we're kind of racking up the Kudos along the way. So let's go ahead and actually jump towards that here. So I have I'm going to change over a profile here, just one second. Okay, so here was the profile where I have a little bit more Kudos earned than starting out at 0 here. So if I start up this one, you can see that I've racked up 3,000 Kudos so far, and this was just over a couple of hours last night and this morning. But now I'm able to generate images on a Stable Diffusion XL. Or any of these other models. I don't have to download them because these are already downloaded onto other distributed computers. So then you can, just go ahead and start generating images. Let's go ahead and do one with the Stable Diffusion XL. A mountain with fog. I don't know, we'll keep it simple here. And then we'll go ahead and click generate. So we can see right here, this will cost us 39 Kudos for the one image as it kind of goes through the generation. So as you can see, it's taken roughly about 15 seconds for this Stable Diffusion XL being generated on another machine there. So, and we'll see here is our image. Cool. And we can kind of see a history of all of our images here within the images tab. So there's lots of interfaces that use this, and from my understanding is that all these image generation tools, they store the files locally onto your machine. So they while they are being generated on another machine, it is kind of a semi-private way in order to generate images at a later point in time. So basically you could bank up Kudos if you wanted, and then use that to generate images, like say if you're on a different machine, a laptop for instance, and you're away from your computer. Of course there's definitely different ways that you can access an old computer, but yeah, that's kind of it with AI Horde. I thought that it's a really cool idea, and also too, just for the power users there's a whole REST API as well too that you might want to check out. And yeah, there's lots of cool things. I think it's a really neat and cool project, and I want to thank DB0. He actually had commented on one of the recent videos I did about generating Stable Diffusion images without a GPU. So I just again want to say thanks to him for reaching out, because I wanted to actually kind of learn a little bit more about AI Horde and what it's capable of, and the community over at Discord's really cool too. And because I had opened up a support thread because I actually installed an old worker and was having a silly issue with dark screen mode of all things. But it's but yeah, so it's a neat project. If you don't mind generating or lending your GPU to others, as well as just allowing kind of the propagation, if you will, of Stable Diffusion Horde. So with that, I hope you guys found this video helpful. And if you did, please hit the thumbs up button and also consider subscribing. If you have any questions about setting up AI Horde, you can always drop a line in the comment section below, but I think visiting their Discord channel, you'll get way better support. Yeah, the folks there are super helpful. But yeah, so with that, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.